Kajabi versus LearnWorlds versus TalentLMS versus TalentCards. There are so many different learning management systems out there. And today we're going to tackle our 4 favorites. We're also going to go through what it means to be an internal and an external learning management system. This difference makes the selection process of the perfect learning management system for you much simpler. So I'm going to start by going through that. Then we are going to compare these 4 learning management systems based on pricing. We're going to talk about user types, because each of these systems classifies the users that you're paying for very differently. We're going to talk about how to create a course using each of these systems. We're going to compare how to build a website in each of these systems, and we're going to explore if you can even build a website using each of these systems. Then we're going to go through different AI features that these systems have. They are vastly different depending on which LMS you're talking about. Then we're going to go through how you can customize the automations, how you can integrate these LMSs using API functionality, and if these LMSs have SSO capabilities. If you don't know what those mean right now, we'll learn later in this video. We're also going to go through the mobile app capabilities of these LMSs. Some of them actually have their own mobile app, and some of them will allow you to create your own custom mobile app using their system. So we will go through that. We're also going to compare the email marketing capabilities of these different learning management systems. Now, remember at the beginning when I said there's a difference between internal and external learning management systems? Well, that is going to help us categorize which learning management systems have email marketing and which don't. And it makes sense if they don't, even though they could still benefit from it. Then we're going to go through payment processing options between these 4 learning management systems. So if you are actually taking payment from your customers for your online courses and e-learning programs, how do you do that? We're going to go through gamification. Different learning management systems tackle gamification differently, and for some learning management systems, gamification isn't even a feature that they care about. We're going to go through that today. And lastly, we're going to dig into how these 4 systems tackle analytics. And there are different types of analytics that these systems capture for you to make your programs better, serve your learners better, and make better business decisions. So let's start by defining what is an internal versus an external learning management system, or LMS. Well, an internal learning management system is one that serves your employees, that allows you to create training and deliver it, serve it, give your employees access to it, give your team members access to it in order to train and educate them. An external learning management system, on the other hand, is meant for selling and marketing your online courses and e-learning programs to your customers. And depending on what the primary focus of these systems that we're going through today are, will actually change how pricing looks and how different features look. So what we've done is, by choosing Kajabi, LearnWorlds, TalentLMS, and TalentCards, we have chosen these to give you diverse options. 2 of them, Kajabi and LearnWorlds, are primarily externally facing learning management systems. This means that if you're looking to sell and market online courses or e-learning programs, you want to look at Kajabi and LearnWorlds. On the other hand, if you are looking to train your employees, your team members, then you want to look at TalentLMS and TalentCards. That doesn't mean that you can't use Kajabi and LearnWorlds to train your employees, and it doesn't mean that you can't sell courses using TalentLMS and TalentCards. And as we'll get into it, TalentLMS has the functionality to sell courses. It's just not the best use of the software. And we don't recommend using TalentLMS and TalentCards to sell courses. But Johnny, what if I want to do both? What if I want to sell and market courses and train my employees? In that case, it really depends on what you're going to do first and how serious you are about each of these things. For us at eLearning Partners, selling and marketing our online courses is extremely important because we like to serve you by packaging our knowledge in the courses and getting it out there for as many people to see. So we're serving you and we're serving our team members using our courses. So in that case, we just use Kajabi. You shouldn't get more than one software, okay? Unless you really have to for some reason. Which is why if you have the dual focus of selling and marketing courses and training your employees, I recommend grabbing a system like Kajabi or LearnWorlds, and then you can build out your courses to train employees as well, okay? If you are 100% training internally, just grab TalentLMS or TalentCards. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly which one of these systems is right for you. So let's start with pricing. Kajabi and LearnWorlds are externally facing learning management systems, okay? So the pricing of Kajabi and LearnWorlds matches this intent, okay? So if we look here, Kajabi has 4 packages. Starting, let's look at the monthly. Starting at 70 bucks a month, going all the way up to $400 a month, okay? Now, one of the biggest things I like to share with people is when you are looking at systems, you need to look at how many people you can serve with them. There are some extremely expensive learning management systems based on users. What does that mean? That means that the more users you have in the system, the more you're going to pay for. The reason why they're set up that way is because the software itself is way over the top in our opinion. Okay? They're trying to add all the bells and whistles, all these fancy things, when the reality is e-learning is not an expensive type of technology anymore, which is why Kajabi, LearnWorlds, TalentLMS, TalentCards are very high value, low cost systems. So for externally facing learning management systems, you want to make sure that you're not paying a ridiculous amount per user, because that basically means that the more students you serve, the more you're going to pay for the system. You don't want it set up that way. So if we look here, Kajabi, for the $70 version, which is a very new offering for Kajabi, in the Kickstarter package, you're going to get 250 contacts. That means 250 people on your email list or in the software so that you can stay in contact with them. And you're going to get 50 active customers. Now, the Kickstarter package, the whole goal of the Kickstarter is to allow you to start using Kajabi, get things set up, and then scale. Before 2024, you didn't have this option for Kickstarter. You had the basic, which still works out because what we are able to do is we are able to offer you a 30-day free trial of Kajabi by using our link below this video. By using that link, you're going to get 30 free days of Kajabi. No additional cost to you if you end up purchasing Kajabi, but you'll be supporting the eLearning Partners channel and helping us support more people in the LMS selection, implementation, and mastery decision. But what you can do is you can start with that 30-day free trial. Then you can jump into the Kickstarter package, get your course set up, one product, this equals course, or if you want to run a membership, we can talk about that a little later. And you can ramp it up to getting 50 active customers and 250 contacts. Now, the reason why this is different is because in order to get customers, you're probably going to have more contacts than you are going to have customers. Now, there's some other features here, some AI features we'll dig into a little later, but $70 is a very solid entry price point. Now, if you're going to really get into online courses and e-learning programs and just digital products in general, you're going to need to upgrade. But the great thing is your sales are going to support the upgrade. And as you look here, the basic, you're going to have 1,000 active customers, 10,000 contacts. This is crazy inexpensive, especially when you look at systems like Rise, where you're going to pay thousands of dollars per month for this kind of user base. Now let's go to the growth. Now this is the package we're on at eLearning Partners, and we grew here, right? You don't want to start here. You can save a lot of money by starting at the lower tier packages and then just ramping it up. We get 10,000 active customers and 25,000 contacts, and we only pay $200 a month. Well, we actually pay less because we pay yearly, and we save 20% by paying yearly. My other company, Athlete with Asthma, I am on the basic package, okay? I actually would have started on Kickstarter, but I started the company before Kickstarter was a thing. And Kajabi won't let me downgrade to Kickstarter because I already had basic. So anyone who is now getting into Kajabi has the option of Kickstarter. Anyone in the past, you can't actually downgrade to Kickstarter. Makes sense, not that happy about that because I could really save some money while I'm ramping things up. But is what it is, at least I get access to more products. And I already have one product and I am about to add a second product for that business. The Pro, we have our client CoStar on the Pro, okay? You can check it out, elearning.costar.com. You can check it out how all of that looks. But this really gives us just a lot of options. And it's only $400 a month, friend. Like, this is a no-brainer. Like, once you get to this level, I mean, 20,000 active customers, you're doing really well. You get to run 3 websites. You could run 3 different businesses using this package. Pretty cool. All right, let's look at LearnWorlds. I really like how LearnWorlds does their pricing because they make it really easy to differentiate between the packages. Basically what they've done is the starter is $30, then the Pro Trainer is 3 times the cost of the starter, and then the Learning Center is 3 times the cost of the Pro Trainer. And then the high volume, this is kind of the equivalent of the $400 a month Pro here, where this is going to serve the larger and larger companies and larger just businesses where you're making a lot of income by selling online courses. But let's look here. One thing you'll notice is that LearnWorlds does not say how many users you get, okay? Kajabi says 1,000 active customers, 10,000 contacts, 25,000 contacts, 10,000 active customers, etc. LearnWorlds doesn't. What it does say is admins. Well, an admin is you. And we're going to dig in this a little more later on, especially when we get to TalentLMS and TalentCards, because they even break this down further. But admins is you. It is the administrators of your LMS, of your learning management system. So for the starter package, you get 1 admin. For Pro Trainer, you get 5. And for the Learning Center, you get 25. What you're probably wondering is, how many users do I get? How many students can I serve? How many people, customers can I sell to? Well, LearnWorlds doesn't charge you based on customer. What they have shared with us, and they've shared this with our students and clients who are using LearnWorlds as well, is that you get unlimited users. Yes, you get unlimited users. So just like Kajabi, they're not going to nickel and dime you per users. They're actually even more cognizant of your needs, because they know that you don't want to have to pay more every time you sell a course. We actually have a client who built out their entire program on TalentLMS, and every single time they hit a new user threshold, they have to pay more. And we'll show you why they ultimately decided to switch from TalentLMS to Kajabi. They actually considered LearnWorlds and Kajabi, went with Kajabi. Well, the pricing structure of LearnWorlds is very, very attractive, because you can technically start at the $30 level. And if you ultimately want to use LearnWorlds, you should do the same thing that I suggested with Kajabi, because we have a link below this video to a 30-day free trial. We're able to offer you a 30-day free trial of LearnWorlds. What that's going to allow you to do is mess around with the software, build out a course, maybe two, mess with the different features that we're going to go through today. And then if you like it, then you can jump on one of these packages. I recommend starting with either the starter or the pro trainer. And then once you optimize or basically use everything in that package, then jump to the Learning Center. Okay. Now, the biggest reason why we suggest people to use LearnWorlds over Kajabi is this right here. And that's why I say you could start with the starter package. But really, if you're going to use LearnWorlds over Kajabi to sell and market your online courses and e-learning programs, it's because your online course is a SCORM file like our client GeoToll. They sell online courses built out in SCORM, or SCORMs, as LearnWorlds calls it out here. Okay, if you don't know what a SCORM file is, we have a video all about what a SCORM file is. And the reality is, if you don't know what a SCORM file is, you probably don't need it. Okay, so if you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, LearnWorlds has SCORM, that's why I haven't purchased Kajabi. Great. Right now, what I'm talking about, that's for someone right now. One of you out there is probably like, this is the best thing ever. I can sell and market courses for $100 a month. If I pay yearly, I'm going to pay $80 a month. I get a 20% discount. This is amazing. Thank you. If you don't have a SCORM or HTML5 based course, Kajabi is the best platform for you. And we'll go through the features in a bit. Okay. As you can see, you can only have 20 SCORM files. That's a lot of files. Okay. If you want unlimited, pay $300, you're going to get unlimited. Some other things is you also get interactive video within LearnWorlds. So LearnWorlds does have more options for what your course content can actually look like. So that might be another reason why you might choose LearnWorlds over Kajabi. Let's go to our internal learning management systems now. TalentLMS and TalentCards. You're probably like, wow, the branding looks the same. Well, it's because it's from the same company. And hey, it's a great company. Epignosis creates amazing, high value, low cost softwares in the space. Okay. So talent, it's in the name why this is an internal system. TalentLMS, training, talent. You hire new talent, you train them. Same with TalentCards. TalentCards, you hire new talent, you train them. So please don't get sucked into using TalentLMS as your platform to sell courses. There is no reason to do that. You're going to run into some functionality issues where you're like, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't market and sell this course. Like, please don't use TalentLMS or TalentCards to sell courses. And hey, if you are already doing that, please review Kajabi and LearnWorlds. We have reviews, full reviews that go through step-by-step how to get the most out of these systems on our channel. We're also comparing it today in this video, okay? If you have courses already on TalentLMS and you're selling them, if they're SCORM courses, then just switch over to LearnWorlds. And you can take those SCORM files, upload them to LearnWorlds, you'll be really happy, okay? If you don't have SCORM courses and you're using TalentLMS, maybe you have videos, maybe you have other files, just use Kajabi, okay? 30-day free trials of both LearnWorlds and Kajabi. Offer that to you below this video. Back to TalentLMS. As you can see, let's go to monthly options here. TalentLMS has two different pricing options, a little different than LearnWorlds and Kajabi. But as you can see, we have something called active again. Okay, so TalentLMS has standard and active user pricing. And that is the main difference between these packages. You also see some other things that we'll talk about later, like SSO support, single sign-on support, custom reports, account manager with the premium, and etc. And then branches we'll go through a little later too. But the biggest thing here is the starter package at $89 a month when you're paying monthly, gives you 40 users. This is very different from Kajabi. And even when you look at Kajabi, the Kickstarter package, it's supposed to limit you on users. They really just want you to start on the Kickstarter and then move up to the basic or growth, okay? But even then, you get 50 active users here. And on TalentLMS, you only get 40 and they're not active. So what does that mean? That means that you could have users in the system, you could have employees in the system of TalentLMS, and they're not active, but you're still paying for them. Okay. So if you're using TalentLMS to sell courses, this would be the equivalent of contacts. So for $70 a month for Kajabi, you're going to get 250 contacts. This is $20 a month cheaper than TalentLMS, and you get more than 5 times the amount of users. Okay. So this alone should show you, well, wow, it's a lot more expensive building and selling a course using TalentLMS. Well, yeah, this alone should dissuade you. Then when you look at the fact that TalentLMS doesn't have the email marketing capabilities, the landing page building capabilities, all these different things that you need in order to sell and market your online courses, now you're like, oh God, now I need another software, or I need to integrate this into a website building program. I need a email marketing software, all this stuff. Now it gets super expensive. So just use Kajabi or LearnWorlds, okay? But when we're looking at training employees, TalentLMS flourishes because of gamification, because of branches, how you can break up your learning environment to different departments at your company. You can break it up for different locations at your company. So maybe you have an office in Denver, maybe you have an office in Chicago, maybe you have an office in San Diego, maybe you have an office in Tampa, okay? Maybe you have 50 people in each of these offices. Well, you can segment those offices using branches, okay? Pretty cool. TalentLMS also integrates with a lot of internal programs that your company may already have. Payroll programs, different knowledge base programs. That's where the SSO comes in handy, API support, etc. comes in handy. But yeah, look here. So we have, for 100 users, you're going to pay $190. For up to 500, $370. I mean, this is crazy when you compare this to LearnWorlds, where they're not even going to charge you for users. It's unlimited. So TalentLMS is SCORM and HTML5 compliant and XAPI, tin can. So you can build your courses really however you want using any authoring tool and get them in TalentLMS. Okay, so when I compare TalentLMS to a externally facing learning management system, it's really LearnWorlds. Unless you're using TalentLMS and you don't have a SCORM created course, then Kajabi is a good comparison. Let's look at active. So I like that TalentLMS has this option for pricing, the active. So basically, instead of charging you for every user, let's say that your users, your new employees, your team members, they're really active part of the year and then they're not active part of the year. Or they're active when they get onboarded and then they're not gonna take any training for a few months. In that case, you probably wanna pay for active instead of standard. Because what you're gonna get here is you may have a couple hundred people at your company, but at any given time, maybe you only have 25 or 30 people going through training. Well, you can do the starter package. Versus, if you have a couple hundred people at your company and they all need access to the training, you'd probably be on the plus package if you're paying for standard, because up to 500 users. So this really gives you a lot more flexibility, and TalentLMS knows that you're not always going to be training everybody. So you're only going to pay for the users you need at that time, and you can have a bunch more users in the platform that aren't active, okay? Another thing you're going to see here is the talent library. Now, the talent library is very useful because what TalentLMS has done is they have created and continue to create courses for you to use at your company. Another reason why, this is an internal learning management system, they have the forethought of creating courses. There's over 800 of them at the recording of this video that can train your teams. They actually have a lot of courses on AI right now. So this is pretty cool. I recommend at least checking it out to see if these courses fit your needs, so then you don't have to go out and necessarily build courses. You could start training your team immediately by using TalentLMS and adding the library. Another cool thing with TalentLMS is we are able to offer you an unlimited free plan. What does that mean? That means that by using our link below this video, you're going to get access to TalentLMS for free with no timing. So it's not a 30-day free trial. It's not a 6-month free trial. It's just you get it for free. The only thing is you get up to 5 users. Okay. The free version, you get up to 5 users, but you can build out your courses. You can test. So what we love, maybe you're a really small company. Maybe you only need 5 users, right? So you would be one, the admin, and then you have 4 other people that you can train. Pretty great. It's another great way to just get everything built out, see if you like it, see if your learners like it, see if your team members like it, and then roll it out to everyone by paying for one of these other plans. And then you can add that talent library too. And you can demo what that talent library looks like as well. They will show you what it looks like. And then you just add them, and then you're good to go. Okay, so TalentCards. TalentCards is actually, last time I checked at least, a little more expensive than TalentLMS. Yeah, once you get to these upper levels in TalentLMS. So you'll be paying $459, that's the yearly. Let's go to monthly. You'll be paying $570 for 1,000 users versus TalentCards. TalentCards only has 3 options. So you have the free, which we have a link below this video. We're able to give you a free unlimited trial of TalentCards as well, where you can build out your courses. In TalentCards, they call it card sets. We'll go into that in a second here. You can demo it with up to 5 users. Remember, you count as 1, and then 4 more learners or team members can be in there. And then if you like it, then you can opt in to the standard or premium version. Okay. Now, TalentCards keeps it super simple. Free up to 5 users, then you have standard, $50 a month for 50 users, premium, $75 a month for 50 users. And that's it. Then you're gonna pay $1.50 per additional user for standard, you're gonna pay $1.50 per additional user for premium. So this is technically more expensive than these upper tiers of TalentLMS. So if you look at here, you're gonna pay $90 for 40 users, so you're basically paying a little over $2 per user for starter. And even here, you're paying $1.90 per user for basic. And then you get to plus, and this starts flipping. Once you get to plus, now TalentCards is more expensive, okay? Which is really interesting. I've always found that very interesting because TalentLMS is a much more robust system. You can customize it a lot more. There's a lot more you can do with it. That being said, I prefer TalentCards because TalentCards is simple for you. It's a lot simpler for you, okay? And the user experience is amazing. Now, TalentLMS has recently made an upgrade to the user experience, so it's gotten a lot better, especially for you. Like your admin board is really cool. We'll go into that in a bit. But for TalentCards, really you're paying $1 per user. They're gonna charge you 50 anyway, even if you don't have 50 users right out of the gate. And then same thing, you're gonna pay $1.50 per user for premium. The main difference between standard and premium is the AI features in premium. And the reality is, if you have a small team and you test out the AI, because you can test it out with the free version, they're only gonna do a couple AI created parts of courses for you. But if you like it, it could really save you a lot of time. TalentCards actually has my favorite AI capabilities of all 4 of these systems right now. Kajabi and LearnWorlds also have great capabilities, but TalentCards has, in my opinion, the best. And we'll get there. I highly recommend though, no matter which system you choose. And you can demo multiple of these. So if you came to this video because you have internal training you're creating, then demo TalentLMS and demo TalentCards. If you got really excited with the possibilities of selling courses as well, then you may as well demo Kajabi, demo LearnWorlds. You're gonna demo them all for free by using our link to each of these below the video description, okay? Then after you demo it, let's say you like it. You're like, I love Kajabi. Great. You don't need to jump in to a high package. Start with a Kickstarter or basic, start with the monthly. You don't want to fully commit until you know you're in for the long haul. Okay? So pay the monthly for 3 to 6 months. And then once you're like, I'm in, this is the best thing ever, switch to annual. You're gonna pay the annual up front. You get a 20% discount. That's how we coach our students and our clients of how to do this. Start with the free. If you like it, pay for a lower monthly plan. Upgrade as needed. And then once you're sold on it, like I'm using this for the next 3 to 5 years or 10 years or whatever, start paying the annual and save that 20%. Let's go into user types. There are 2 basic user types and a third user type that people like to throw in there. But the 2 basic user types are admin users and learners. Now, depending on the system, they're probably gonna call these things differently. In Kajabi, we really just have 2 different user types. Admin, which is me, or if I go down to settings here, and I scroll down to account users, I can have various admins, and I can add a new user. Add their information here, and then, yeah, they call it owner, administrator, assistant, and support specialist. These are all sub-roles between the admin user. When I say admin user, I'm basically saying the creator, the manager, the person or team member or whoever that is managing the system, that is creating the courses, that is creating this value to serve to the learner. So there's different permission levels depending on your team. So you may want different team members have different access to things, okay? So in Kajabi, they're going to call contacts your other users. And then you're going to have contacts who are just contacts, and then you're going to have contacts that are customers. That means they've bought a product from you. They've bought a course from you. So that is how Kajabi does it. Now let's look at LearnWorlds. Here's how LearnWorlds does users. We have our user roles right here. Similar to Kajabi, we have all of our admin users, and there's different types of admin users. There's a lot more in LearnWorlds. They segment it a lot more. So you have developer, web designer, mobile manager, all these different things. And they do this because you may have different team members that need access to just one of these things, okay? Now, they also have something called instructors. Instructors, we'll dig into even more with TalentLMS. So instructors are solely course creators, okay? So you might have someone on your team that doesn't need all the other admin capabilities. They just need to create courses. Okay, you can have your subject matter experts at your company have access to just instructor roles, okay? TalentLMS does that too. Now, LearnWorlds also has managers and reporters. How I kind of look at this is everything that isn't an instructor or a learner is an admin. Okay, so managers, reporters, I like to group all these together. LearnWorlds is breaking it up just for organizational purposes. Okay, and you can compare roles right here. You can also create custom roles in LearnWorlds. You can do the same thing in TalentLMS. So to compare this to Kajabi, to TalentLMS, to TalentCards, is you really have admins, which include managers and reporters. You have instructors, which are the people in your course platform that actually create the courses. And then you have your learners, your users, your customers, okay? In TalentLMS, we really just have three roles. Now within these roles, we can customize it as much as we want basically. But you have administrators, instructors, learner. Administrator runs the whole thing. Instructor just creates courses, course content. Learner, those are your team members, your employees, okay? So if we go to users here, we can actually add a user, decide what we want them to be. Okay. So super admin, all these different things. Some of these are custom. So if we want to create custom users in TalentLMS, we go to Account and Settings. Now, if you see that you have your TalentLMS open and it doesn't look like this, it's because you're on the legacy UI. Okay. The user interface. This is the new interface. It's called TalentLMS Beta Plus. And I like it a lot better. It is a lot more modern. The legacy one, you can get the job done. I know where things are a little better there because I've been using it for 4 years. I just started using TalentLMS Beta Plus. But it's just, it looks very dated. So I think this is a lot better. So we go to Account and Settings. We go to user types, and here's where, see, here's the basic ones. Admin, instructor, learner. Now, we can add a user type, and this is where we can customize it. We can call it whatever, oh yeah, manager. And then we can go through and be like, okay, well, we want it to have these admin capabilities, except we're not gonna allow the user to do events, import, user types, files, whatever. And then we want them to be an instructor because we want them to be able to create courses. They're not going to be a learner, and then we'll give them some general stuff. And then we save it. Okay. So that's how you create a custom user type in TalentLMS. So you may need this, okay? This may be a reason to not use Kajabi, especially if you're building internal training to train your employees. This can be very important to decipher different users, especially if you're like our client Mapco, where they have a couple hundred employees and they have different departments and they have different subject matter experts in different departments who need access to build courses, but they don't need all the other stuff. So a really good way to segment using Instructor, okay? Same thing, you're selling courses, you have a bunch of different subject matter experts. Having the instructor role instead of just the admin role can be very useful. Kajabi has these roles, there's a lot less, and that's really why I like using Kajabi, because it's a lot simpler. It can't do as much, quote unquote, on the surface, but it makes your job a lot easier when you're trying to find things and change things and all this stuff, okay? So, but that's if you're selling courses, Kajabi and LearnWorlds, and if you're training employees, then you're looking at TalentLMS, TalentCards. TalentCards with users. TalentCards with users is also very simplistic, like Kajabi. Let's go to users. So here's how I add users here. Just add them, add their email. You can also send them an automatic email. They can sign up that way. But yeah, TalentCards keeps it very simple. I'm the owner, I'm the admin, I can do all the things, and then the students have access to the courses. There's not an instructor, user type, etc. TalentCards keeps it really simple, which is going to make a lot of sense when we get into this next part, which is actually creating a course between each of these 4 platforms. So let's dive into how to create a course in these different platforms. So Kajabi has something called products here, okay? Products could be a lot of different things. Courses, coaching, podcasts are a product, community is a product, which is basically a private Facebook group that you give your learners, your customers access to, and you manage all of it inside Kajabi instead of in a separate platform like Facebook. Okay, so all these different products, all digital products. Coaching, same thing. You can manage your coaching, your consulting calls, sessions within Kajabi, and you can sell access to it. Okay, well, let's look at courses. And we're going to tackle a couple things here. So my favorite AI capability of Kajabi has to do with creating a course. Okay, so I'm creating a new course. So we're going to put a course called LMS Bootcamp Advanced. We're going to call it LMS Advanced Bootcamp. Okay. Now, brief description. How to, now that you have selected the best learning management system for you and your learners, we are going to teach you how to master it so that you increase your sales if you are selling courses, and or increase your employee engagement if you are training employees. So I write my title, I write my brief description, and then I like to check this. Use this info to generate content and additional resources. And I do that because this is one of the AI capabilities of Kajabi. So I click next. Now it's going to ask me branding stuff. I just deal with this later. Not worried about that. Next. Now it's going to ask free or paid. Same thing with Kajabi. I just don't deal with this right now. What this does is if you fill this out, then Kajabi is automatically going to create an offer for you, which an offer is how you basically, you attach a course to an offer in Kajabi. Okay. you have all your courses. You could have 10 different offers for one course. You could package different courses with different offers. So you can have one offer with 3 courses in it. An offer is the actual thing that you're selling access to, and then your courses are related to that. So you could actually sell a course and a community related to an offer. Offer also automatically creates a checkout page for you. And a checkout page is where your customer inputs their information and purchases the course or the product or products. And in Kajabi, you have different payment options, which we can go through a little bit later as well. So I'm going to skip this because I like to build the course and then create the offers and checkout pages later. So I'm going to skip that. And here it goes. So Kajabi is now literally taking the information we gave it, and it's going to create us an entire course outline. It has also created us a landing page with a wait list form, basically a landing page for people to join the wait list for this course. It's pretty cool. So it automatically created that. It also automatically created us an email to announce to our list, to our audience, that this course is coming and that they should get on the wait list to purchase it. So it just did all that. AI, pretty cool. So here is the outline. And in Kajabi, Kajabi calls these sections of the course, or we call them at eLearning Partners, milestones. Kajabi uses the word module. And as you can see, there's like a folder here, and this defines module. Within each module, there's lessons. Okay, as you can see, there's 3 lessons in each of these modules. Sometimes Kajabi calls it posts, depending on where you're at, because at one point in Kajabi's life cycle, they were called posts, now they're called lessons. Sometimes you will see within Kajabi modules called categories. It's just how it goes. You can tell Kajabi AI how they did. I am not going to vote on that yet. But the other thing we have is we have submodules. So you can take a module and break it up into 2. We've done this in our course, eLearning Simplified Academy, where we teach the internal and the external way to distribute online courses. If you're distributing it internally, that means you're getting your employees to take it. If you're distributing it externally, that means you're selling. Those are 2 different strategies. So we have a module that is called Successful Distribution. And then we have a submodule that says external and a submodule that says internal. So let's look at what Kajabi did. First module, it says understanding your LMS. Okay. And we can add a thumbnail, a description. You should definitely add a thumbnail and description. And then we have navigating the dashboard, introduction to LMS, setting up courses. This is just really basic stuff. To be fair, I would probably change out this a little bit because this is more basic and I want it to be a more advanced course, which is interesting. When we get to LearnWorlds and its AI capabilities, you can actually see how you can choose the level, and LearnWorlds will actually help you increase the level of difficulty within the course. Okay, so this is a lesson. Has a title, tells you which module it's a part of, which at eLearning Partners we have milestones, is like how we organize the course instead of modules. And then we actually have modules are the individual learning pieces. So this would be a module. We would call this a module. And that's really it. You keep it really simple, then you have a sub-milestone, and that is what the sub-module in Kajabi would be. But everyone likes to call these things differently. No one's right, no one's wrong. It's just how it is. Everyone wants to call things differently. So you need to be careful with that though, because module in this case is like a group of lessons, and in our case it's one lesson. Right? So you need to know what these things are within the system that you're using. So in Kajabi it says lesson, this is the lesson. We can add a video if we want, audio if we want, assessment if we want. Okay, assessments are basically tests or quizzes that you can create. Okay, so you can add downloads, comments. you really should have comments in your courses. We have comments in every single one of our courses because what this allows us to do is to personally coach you as you're taking the course. So if you are going to have comments available in any of your systems, in Kajabi, in LearnWorlds, in TalentLMS, I don't think there's an option in TalentCards, but in any of these systems, only have them available if you're actually going to respond to the comments. And you should respond to the comments. When you respond to the comments, you're creating a lot more value, okay? You're personally coaching the customer, the learner. With your employees, you can learn a lot from the comments of like how your training may have gaps and you can serve them better that way. It's the same thing with selling courses. If we get a question in one of our courses about something that isn't in the course, we just respond to the comment with that information. So you ask the question, we give you the answer. That's how you should use comments. Super important. All of our courses, we personally coach you using this feature. It's one of the biggest benefits of purchasing any of our courses at eLearning Partners is we personally coach you in every single one of our courses. It's very important. So you can add a thumbnail and then we can publish it. And we'll look at what all this looks like in a sec. We'll preview it. Pretty basic. So all of these are built out with AI. You can add more, right? You can delete. So you're like, I really don't. Introduction to LMS, that should be in the basic. This is LMS Advanced Bootcamp. We're gonna get rid of this. So we're gonna delete this lesson, okay? Now maybe I want to break understanding your LMS into two. So we're gonna have a sub-module. We're gonna call it external LMS is SCORMS. And then we're gonna have a internal LMS is HTMLs, HTML5s. So maybe I wanna drag these in. This is in the external module or the external part of the course, external. And then we're gonna create some new content and do the same thing, like navigating the dashboard and understand your LMS, internal LMSs, perfect. And there it is. And I'm actually gonna duplicate all this. That's fine. Go here, paste it in, create a video about each of these, and we're good to go. Now, what does all this look like? So we have understanding your LMS, external LMSs, internal LMSs. Here's your couple lessons. I open up the lesson. Here's what it looks like. There's a lot of different templates also that you can change. So if we go to customize here, we can change the template of what our course looks like. So I go to install template and then I can pick something Kajabi already has. I'm gonna pick momentum and go install template. You can also buy templates and use them. I recommend that if you're starting out, just use one that's already here. You don't need to spend any more money. We've never bought one, but some people like to buy them because people build custom templates for Kajabi, and then you can really customize the experience. But I would start making some money first before you buy them. So once I install it, now I need to activate it. Now it's my active template for the course. So if I refresh this preview, this is what it looks like now. See, understand your LMS, external, internal. Here's the different lessons. And then we can customize some of this other stuff. Like I said, categories, the same thing as modules. They just call it categories here. See, here's a category. Dashboard. So, okay, so if I click on category, then here we go. Now it's going to break it down, external, internal, etc. Dashboard is really like the home page. So if we go to customize here, people first sign into your course, here is the home page. Okay, and you can edit it. Really easy to edit in Kajabi. Just hi and welcome. Okay, we can also add a video if we want. Add a video, an image, etc. Add a video. Now we have to select the video. Here, let me select a recent video. I'll just put it here. Boom. Now we have a video. Can move it around. There we go. So Kajabi is very simple for courses. Now, Kajabi flourishes with video-based courses. Video, some text, some downloads. There you go. Okay. Now, if you want to do a little bit more with your course creation and you're selling courses, then we go to LearnWorlds. So we go to courses. We're going to go create course. We'll call it the same thing. LMS Advanced Bootcamp. Settings, so I can just copy paste this stuff. How would you like to describe? Okay, we're going to copy our description here. Put it here. We're not going to add a cover photo for now. We'll go continue. Okay, our course URL, that's fine, LMS Advanced Bootcamp. Continue. We're going to keep it as a draft for now. Okay. Then keep the default theme. I'm going to keep the default theme. You can select a different theme if you want, but we're just going to keep it simple today. What you're going to find is that all four of these systems, except TalentLMS, at least as of the recording date of this video, is going to allow you to start building your course with AI in some capacity. Kajabi pre-built out that whole outline. LearnWorlds is going to do something similar. Even if you don't like what it comes up with, like for example, Kajabi. I'm not the biggest fan of this first module it came up with. Maximizing and boosting sales engagement, I kind of like that. Now I would have broken that up, and I will break it up when I make some edits, but I personally believe that it's worth always starting with AI because it gives you a starting point. You can always edit it. Okay. So we're going to start with AI within LearnWorlds here. Now, it's going to ask us, what do we want to be in this course? Now, basically, whatever you click, it's going to put inside a section. Okay. In LearnWorlds, it's going to call things sections and activities. In Kajabi, they're called modules and lessons / posts. Lessons and posts are the same thing. What I want to do is I definitely want videos. And we're going to do exams. I'm not going to click on anything else. Then I'm going to go to number of sections. So same thing, this is modules. There's 3 modules, and we have 2 submodules. 1, 2, within one of the modules. For LearnWorlds, we have sections. I'm going to actually say 5 sections. How many activities you want per section? Each section should have how many activities? I'm going to say 5. I'm going to get crazy here. So we can customize what the AI output's going to give us a lot more than Kajabi. Kajabi, it's just always going to give you 3 modules and then 3 lessons within each module. Then we go to include specific key topics. Great. So I'm going to do maximizing. I'm actually going to Kajabi here. I want maximizing your LMS. Then I'm going to do getting the most out of my LMS to sell courses and getting the most out of my LMS to engage employees. Let's not use engage. To increase the KPIs, key performance indicators, of my employees. Okay, so let's probably add a couple more. Capabilities, and I'm also going to add a master. Master how to use my LMS. Okay, create activities based on resources. And now I'm not going to add anything here, but you can add external resources. You can upload files, etc. Now here, what is our instructional approach? I'm going to say problem-based learning. Create activities based on resources. Specify the course level. Introductory, it's not, it's an advanced. Create activities based on resources. It keeps just showing this to me. Describe the course audience. Current LMS administrators and course creators who already have an LMS. Then set tone of voice. I like to do humorous. And then generate. So now it's going to use all this info. It's going to generate an outline for us. And then just like we did with Kajabi, you can go in and make edits to that outline. Okay, so here we go. Master how to use my LMS. That's section 1. Maximizing your LMS capabilities. That's section 2. Getting the most out of my LMS to sell courses. Getting the most out of my LMS to increase the KPIs of my employees. And we have videos for everything. Welcome to the LMS jungle. The great LMS adventure begins. Navigating the LMS maze, conquering LMS dragons, surviving LMS challenges. So, these are okay, but it gives you some ideas, right? And what we can do is we can either create videos about some of these. We can ask it to suggest more activities for us. I'm going to ask you a few more prompts, and it's going to spit out some more activity options for you. Same thing here. Now, I want to start making edits to this, okay? So the biggest advantage to LearnWorlds over Kajabi is the various media options that you can add to a LearnWorlds course, okay? So we have interactive video. Now remember, you got to pay for a higher LearnWorlds tier to get interactive video, but basically within the video you can have things happen. So people aren't just watching a video, different prompts and different things will happen within the LearnWorlds environment within the video, okay? You can add SCORM and HTML5 packages, which can be built out in authoring tools like Rise 360, Storyline 360, Adobe, Captivate, and there's a bunch of others. Those are just the main ones in the space. You can add audio, YouTube, SoundCloud. We can add live sessions. You can embed Zoom meetings. You can add ebooks, exams. You can have graded SCORM. This is a big deal. If you know what SCORM is and SCORMs, then you probably want them graded, okay? Very important. It's a data thing. Self-assessment. Forms, certificates, social. You can embed different things. So you have a lot of options. So what I can do is I can add, okay, I want a SCORM package here. This is going to be how to import a SCORM file and customize it in my LMS. I'm just coming up with that, like super meta here. So we're going to have a SCORM about SCORM, okay? Can add another activity, interactive video. And this is actually going to be welcome to the LMS jungle. Or can I just edit this? Maybe I can just edit this one. Nah, we're just going to delete that one. I'll save this. Let's make jungle right there. Okay, save. Now, I'm going to move it to the top here. We're going to delete this one. And then, fine. And that's it. So that's how you make changes to it. And then we can preview the course page. LMS Advanced Bootcamp. Here's the sales page for it. And we can enroll in it. Okay. Now I want to preview the course player now. So this is similar to this. When we go to the preview here, okay, we have everything on the side here. We have our interactive video, we have our SCORM. Nothing's uploaded here, so that's why you don't see anything, etc. see your other learners that are here, and can add discussions. Very simple. Okay, so those are the externally facing LMSs and just a quick look at creating courses. Now let's look at the internal. For TalentLMS, we can create courses as an admin or as an instructor. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep my admin role and I'm gonna add a course here. Now, we're just gonna keep this going. I'm gonna pull it from LearnWorlds now. All right, so this is LMS Advanced Bootcamp. Okay, add a course description. Let's pull this from Kajabi. Grab our course description out of the settings here. Okay, and plop it in here. Okay, and then we have content. You can upload files for download. That's similar to Kajabi. Also similar to how different files in LearnWorlds. Right, so if we had an activity and we had like an ebook, we can have some ebooks and for download. Okay, so let's add content to our course now. So this is just what happens when you're in our space. A week ago, TalentLMS did not have AI capabilities. So now it does. It's called TalentCraft. Thank God. I'm so glad that it has it. So we can add content a few different ways. We can use AI, which is what we're going to do. We can add just standard content, which is just text, video, audio, web content, etc. We can add learning activities, which is where SCORM and XAPI/10 can live in this CMI5. Assignments, surveys, tests, etc. And then we have more. We can clone from another course, link from another course, add different sections, etc. Okay. So let's start with TalentCraft. Okay, so I got to agree and continue. We can either start from scratch, import from a document, generate with AI, or use a template. Use a template. Okay, we're going to start with using a template. We're going to go with onboard a person. So we're onboarding someone onto our team to learn advanced learning management system metrics. So here we go. So here's what it looks like. We have a template already created here. Okay. Now I'm going to click on AI. And I want it to write about LMS Advanced Bootcamp. And here we go. So now it's created this piece that we can then move up. Okay, we can probably move this all the way to the top. Now, this is really freaking cool. This actually reminds me of Rise. Okay, so anyone out there who has authored courses in Rise before, that is exactly what this reminds me of. Okay, this is really similar to building a Rise course. So you may not even have to use an authoring tool anymore if you're looking to build a course and have it live in TalentLMS. You can just use this. This is really cool, okay? So I'm actually, now I think I got the hang of it here. We are gonna create a course from scratch, okay? So we're gonna go to TalentCraft. I'm gonna create a whole video on this, by the way. And we're gonna go start from scratch. Now, I'm gonna tell AI to create a page about LMS Advanced Bootcamp Overview. Okay. Here we go. So it's going to create an image. created this first paragraph for us. Okay, we got an image. All right, now we're gonna add some video. So this is where we can put that video. I actually want this to be on top. So I'm gonna put it here. So this is where we can embed a video. Okay, so can go to change video, and this is where we can pull from YouTube. So I can literally probably look up eLearning partners. And yeah, eLearning versus LMS, boom. So I'm gonna pull that up. Now, what I'd probably end up doing is actually uploading in my library and then adding it. But there's a video, and then there's some text below the video. Cool. So now we could add a button, new section, cool. So now we can, here's our continue button. This is literally like Rise 360, by the way. Yeah, we're gonna do a video about TalentLMS's new AI functions, and this is the coolest thing ever. Okay, so now we're gonna add some more text. So write about maximizing your LMS capabilities. Or we'll just write about master how to use my LMS. Mastering how to use my LMS, Kajabi, LearnWorlds, TalentLMS, and TalentCards. Okay, start creating. Okay, so then we could make another section. Well, let's add a video. Then we can make another section. Okay, boom. And this could be Kajabi. And then here I want to write I'm going to have mastering Kajabi. Okay, I'll actually delete this one. And then we're going to add another video. Okay, so we can keep doing that and build our whole course that way. Pretty cool. So TalentLMS, it's more expensive than Kajabi and LearnWorlds. It basically has Rise 360 integrated into TalentLMS. I wouldn't be surprised if TalentLMS is licensing Rise, and now they're integrating it, and they're probably licensing ChatGPT, and that's how they created this course build out. Pretty cool. Okay, let's look at TalentCards. So TalentCards also uses AI to generate courses. TalentCards calls its courses card sets. Okay, so I go into card sets here. Here's all of our courses. And we're going to go create a set. Same thing, we're going to call it LMS Advanced Bootcamp. We're going to give it the same description. Let's pull it from Kajabi over here. And then we can either create an instant set using AI, or we can do it without AI. Like I said, you may as well generate it at first with AI. We're going to go generate. In our online course, AI eLearning Unleashed, we teach you how to shortcut your development time of online courses by at least half, so you can launch your online courses in record time and never get stuck again using AI. This is one of the most powerful tools in course creation because it gets you started. That's one thing that our students have told us is the hardest part is to get started. Well, with generative AI and the AI tools within Kajabi, LearnWorlds, TalentLMS, and TalentCards, we are able to get started using the technology. Okay, so here it is. In TalentCards, we have cards. We have card sets. Card sets are courses. Cards are lessons You can also technically have card sets be milestones or modules, and then the cards are lessons, and then you can string the card sets together and have 4 card sets be a course. I'll show you what that looks like. Welcome, customize user roles, utilize advanced reporting, integrate external tools, and create interactive quizzes. Cool. I can add cards if I want, but let's go to continue. Now it's going to ask us to generate a quiz using AI. We're going to say, sure, generate that quiz. Now, I'm only going to get 1 question because I'm not paying for the upgraded version of TalentCards. And when you first try out TalentCards using the link in the description below with that unlimited free trial, you're only going to be able to do 5 cards and 1 question, which is fine. And then if you like it, and you're like, oh my God, I need this, then you can pay that $75 a month and get full access to this. What can be customized in LMS Advanced Bootcamp? Okay. Weather forecast, car model, food. This is a terrible question, but you know, they're doing their best. User roles. Okay. So I can change what the right answer is if I want, which would be lying to them if I changed it, but I can change what these are. I could put like LMS, I could put external LMS, internal LMS, etc. Food recipes. Give them 1 gimme. I can add more questions here. Go to continue. Now you can either upload your own backgrounds or you can have AI generate your backgrounds. And that's what we're going to have. We're going to have AI generate our background here. Okay. It's going to take 3 to 5 minutes. Great. So while it's doing that, let me show you what I mean by you can have multiple card sets built out. Okay, so here's some awesome card sets we've created. They're not like finished courses. This is just because we demo this stuff all the time. So here's a card set. Here's a card set, here's a card set. In order to move on to the next card set, you got to complete the one before it. So this is where you can use card sets and combine them into 1 course. And then your sequence is your course. If you want to do it that way, you can just have a standalone card set as your course too. So let's go to edit content. And here is what this card set looks like. Okay. Here's all the AI generated images. The reason why we love TalentCards so much is because the user experience of TalentCards is very similar to YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, etc. So your learners are already going to be used to that. And why would you use TalentCards over TalentLMS? Well, TalentCards is a mobile-first learning management system. That means that if your people, your team members, your employees, your contractors are always on the job and they don't have access to a computer, they probably have access to their phone, they probably have access to a tablet. This is the best system for on the job, at the job site, training. You can also have a QR code next to a piece of equipment in the office or the manufacturing facility, your warehouse, where they can scan it with their phone and it's going to pop up immediately with that training related to that QR code. Let's look at what ended up happening with that course we created here. Let's go home. And here it is, LMS Advanced Bootcamp. Now we can edit the content. Here we go. I love these AI images it comes up with. So it just comes up with these images for you. Just gives you a starting point. That's what we really want to use AI for, is a starting point. Now it's going to tell you upgrade and you get more cards. All right, so now let's cover building a website. Now, building a website is much more important for the externally facing learning management systems, okay? Kajabi and LearnWorlds, because you need a website to host your courses for your learners, your customers to buy them from you. So I'm going to start with Kajabi. Kajabi has the most intuitive website builder out of all of these, okay? So what we do is we click on website and there's all these different options. You can have a blog, all these different things. Now we have a lot of comprehensive videos just about Kajabi, about all of these things, right? Our 2024 review of Kajabi, we go through pretty in-depth how to build a website on Kajabi in that review. I also go through it in my 5 favorite features of Kajabi video. But for comparison's sake, let's go to website here. Now, Kajabi makes it really simple, okay? You have your website pages and your landing pages. Don't worry about funnels. I never use funnels. Some Kajabi creators do use funnels. I don't use them. I create my own funnels using landing pages, forms, and email marketing campaigns, okay, which go into even more detail in those other videos as well. But here are the basics of website. You have website pages and landing pages. Website pages basically have a top nav bar. So if I go to e-learningpartners.com, so this is our home page, this is about page, this is our store page or our work with this page. These are all website pages. Landing pages are just, they can be one-off pages. And as you can see, we actually have landing pages that show up based on the product we created earlier, okay? So this automatically was generated with that AI. Created this landing page. This has a form, some features, etc. Now when we're editing a page, you can edit in two ways. You can click on different things over here and it's gonna open it up for you to edit. You can also click over here on the left. And this has everything, okay? This is very simple. Now, the page that was automatically created is basically a waitlist page. Okay, it has this form, it has some text. I can edit the text here. It's in white, that's why we can't see it, so now you can see it. I go and I can say LMSs. I can write a bunch of stuff here. I can change the color to black, even, okay? Now you can't see it, so we'd have to change it back to white for it to be seen. You can swap out this background, clicking on background. But it's really easy, just click on what you want to edit, it pops up here. You can edit, add some stuff to efficiency boost, sales surge, engagement increase. We can swap out these icons. Select different images. The best part about Kajabi is how it organizes your pages. So it has all your pages, all your landing pages here, all your website pages here, okay? And you can search for them really easy. We can change settings of our pages here, change the URL, change the URL to whatever we want it to be, LMS, Advanced Boot Camp, pre-sale, right? We can publish if we want. Add a page title. Add a page title for SEO, add a description for SEO, add a image, and we can decide if we want it to be shown in search results or not, okay? So that's Kajabi. We can also edit our blog. Here's all the different blog posts. Pretty easy. Now, LearnWorlds also has a website design function. I find it not as intuitive, but it's still there. So we can look at other site flavors or themes, okay? A bunch of different ones here. Just pick it. Maybe we like this one. We'll create site flavor. Give it a name. We'll call it EP June 2024. Site flavor. Okay. So now we have that. Now edit in Site Builder. So here we're going to see all the different page options. We have about, access, like we have all the pages. So here are all the pages that LearnWorlds has for us, okay? Now, preview the pages really easily. Yeah, I mean, here's our whole site, basically. Okay, this is really our entire site in preview. And here's all the different pages. Like, it's crazy how many pages there are. Okay, so we can create a new page. start blank. We can start, here's landing pages here. They have a bunch of pre-made templates, okay? So similar to Kajabi, but now we click and the extra actions and customizations we can do on a page show up on our right. There's a lot more options here. Here we go. Thank you for purchasing. Okay. Can choose our font, opacity, all these different things. Okay. What I don't like about this is, in my opinion, it can be really hard to find pages. Now, it keeps track of like, hey, when was the page last updated? All these say today because I just switched out the site flavor. I switched out the template. So all the pages have been updated based on the template. Well, if I go new page, blank, give it a name, we're gonna go test 3, create page, save. Okay, saved. Now we have our test 3. Okay, so it's just going to show up under all pages. So there's just a lot more going on here. Okay, now I can exit out of this and just focus on the one page and go back here, and here's all the pages. But they're always kind of right here. Now, the green versus red is green is going to be published or public pages, okay? Red is draft, okay? Now we have this page that was automatically created for LMS Advanced Bootcamp. This is our sales page for LMS Advanced Bootcamp. This is kind of cool, just like Kajabi, this was automatically created. We can just click in here. Here's the enroll button. We can adjust how we want the button to look. We can add sections. Yeah, here we go. It literally says here's what's included. It creates a outline for us to edit, and then here is a testimonial. So they pre-build this, and then we can add to it, right? We can add a section here if we want. And we choose what the section looks like. So pretty simple to make changes. The layout isn't as clean as Kajabi, but you can build as many pages as you want depending on what plan you're on. They're organized here. And the system will auto-generate pages based on new courses. Now let's go to TalentLMS. TalentLMS is an internal learning management system. So the website part of this is not as straightforward. Now it's going to pre-build all the pages that your learners need access to in order to sign in and access all the courses and stuff. But when we're talking about creating a page for selling your courses, it's not as simple. Okay? We can't actually go in here and build a page, right? Like course store. Here's where you can buy the courses individually if you're not paying for the plan. You can also actually have courses, and this is why I don't like how TalentLMS is set up for selling courses, because you can sell courses within TalentLMS. So once someone is logged into TalentLMS, you can set a course at a specific price, and then your learners can buy access to it. But they're already in TalentLMS, they're logged in TalentLMS, so you can't really sell the courses. So in order to sell courses using TalentCards, you have to have a external website with landing pages and sales pages and all this stuff. TalentLMS does not have that, and neither does TalentCards. That's why I keep saying TalentCards and TalentLMS interchangeably, because neither one of them have it. You could technically sell access to like a WordPress website or something, and then upon purchasing, you can give your user access to TalentCards. There's no point. So automations. In Kajabi, you will find automations underneath marketing. This is where Kajabi keeps track of every automation you ever make, okay? Now, I never actually add an automation here, but you can. You can say when something happens, something else happens, okay? When I mainly use this, I'll give you an example, because we didn't talk about offers in this video, and if you want to go into offers, go into our Kajabi specific training videos on our YouTube channel. But if I go to offers, what I'll do is we have this course we're in the process of launching called YouTube 2K Blueprint. Okay, there's 3 versions of it. So we have 3 different offers. It's the same course, but 3 different offers. Different bonuses are added to different offer levels. So if I go to the top offer level, which is the business version of the course, it's $2,000. And you get access to these 2 products, the YouTube 2K Blueprint course, a workshop, and then we actually give you 2 other bonuses as well. And we deliver those bonuses via automation. Okay, so you can see when offer is granted or offer is purchased, we automatically subscribe them to an email sequence. And the email sequence then gives them access to these other bonuses. We also add a tag, which then puts the purchaser into our nurture email campaign. Anyone with this tag gets our weekly emails. So these are where we add automations. Now, email campaigns are here. And how we create different campaigns, really there's 3 ways to do it. One is you can see this LMS Advanced Bootcamp course ready broadcast email. This was automatically created earlier using AI when we created that course outline. And dear valued e-learning partner. It's pretty cool. Talks about the course, okay? So that's one way. Now this is specifically an email broadcast, which is a one-time email. I'm going to delete it because you don't need it right now. Now I can create a broadcast from scratch or an email sequence from scratch. A broadcast is just a one-off email that we send 1 or 2 a week, okay? Then, so you can see all these like YouTube video 183. We're sending an email based on our newest video tomorrow, okay? And then we have sequences. Sequences are great because you can put people into marketing sequences where they sign up for your free MasterClass like we have. By the way, if you need help building and launching an online course and you want to do it in less than 90 days, we have a free MasterClass for you. It's linked right below this video. We have our A to Z process that we share with you. And our students and customers have said that they have been able to save $10,000 or more just by taking this free training of ours. In the training, we go through our entire blueprint, the 3 pillars of e-learning that you need to have in order to successfully launch an online course, okay? Then we actually complete the first 2 steps in the process for you, which our learners have told us are the hardest part of the process. We actually do it with you in the training, okay? So sign up for our free masterclass below. You're going to be put into an email sequence, which we built in Kajabi here. So that's a sales email sequence. And then you can create onboarding email sequences where someone purchases a course and then you welcome them to the course, you tell them what the next steps are, and you deliver the additional products and resources that you're giving them, okay? So, automations in Kajabi. Kajabi's email campaigns, my favorite thing. It's probably my favorite feature of Kajabi. Absolutely love it. Okay, and until recently, this year, actually, LearnWorlds did not have email. So you used to have to, in order to market in LearnWorlds, email market, you'd have to connect to a separate email software. Okay, so LearnWorlds actually does a really good job of integrating with other softwares. And one of those was for marketing emails. But now, guess what? We can send emails within LearnWorlds, which is awesome. It's under communication. We can do mass emails where we can email our lists. Pretty cool. And it'll teach you right here how to create emails, how to schedule emails, etc. Okay. You're also going to integrate, if you already have an email list on MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, etc., you can integrate it here. But my recommendation is use one software. So I would import that list into LearnWorlds or import that list into Kajabi and just use Kajabi for everything. You're going to save a lot of money. You're going to save yourself time because you're not going to be jumping in between apps, etc. Okay, now let's look at what we can integrate with LearnWorlds. LearnWorlds allows us to have a lot of integrations. Okay, we have different AI you can integrate, so you can use LearnWorlds AI, you can use OpenAI. We can integrate different affiliate websites, different analytics, different CRMs. Okay, so LearnWorlds really tries to be a learning management system that you can sell courses with, that you can add into these other platforms. I really like all-in-one platforms. That's why I like Kajabi a little more than LearnWorlds, but LearnWorlds is catching up with a lot of the stuff, like the email part, email integrations. You used to just have to use something else, but now you can do a lot of it inside LearnWorlds. Got growth tools, live sessions. This is where you can integrate Zoom, Calendly, languages, social proof, and Zapier. Okay, so that is LearnWorlds. Now let's go to TalentLMS. Now TalentLMS has extensive API integrations. Okay, so if you go to Account and Settings, Integrations, this is what we see. Okay, we have just API in general. We can actually enable it and then download all the code here. This is pretty cool. We have the documentation right here. This gives you all the documentation to TalentLMS APIs. Pretty amazing, super extensive. Our clients love this, okay? We have XAPI here. So this is for tin can courses. Pretty cool. Bamboo HR. We have web conferencing, so we can integrate with Zoom, Teams. We have a bunch of other stuff here. Zapier, Slack, WordPress, etc. So this is where you would use WordPress as your sales page and then use TalentLMS as your learning management system. Don't do that though. If you're going to sell courses and you don't have an LMS yet, just use Kajabi or LearnWorlds. You don't have to use TalentLMS. TalentLMS also has single sign-on support for the basic package or greater, which means that your learners, your team members, can sign on to one one login and have access to everything, okay, between all the softwares at your company. It's another feature that our clients absolutely love and why they choose TalentLMS over something like TalentCards or the hundreds of other, thousands of other internal LMSs out there, okay? Now, TalentCards can integrate into TalentLMS very easily. It can also integrate into other LMS. So let's go to System Settings here and let's go to API. So here you go. You can integrate it into, depending on what plan you're paying for, it's a premium feature. You can upgrade and then you can integrate TalentCards API. Okay. You can also use Zapier, and you can connect your TalentCards portal with your TalentLMS or eFront portal. eFront, it's much more complex, comprehensive. It's for larger, like massive companies. Okay. So you can sync TalentCards with that as well. Pretty simple. All right, so let's go into mobile app. So Kajabi and LearnWorlds both have branded app. Now it's going to cost a little additional. For Kajabi, you're going to pay $90 a month or $200 a month. You can start for free. You actually get 2 months for free. And that should be enough time for you to get your app set up, and actually Kajabi is going to help you get it on the stores. It's going to help you get it on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Okay, pretty cool. We do not use this because we can't justify the cost right now, but what it will do, the biggest benefit is to be able to send push notifications to your learners because you have an app that lives on their phone. Okay. Now, cool thing about Kajabi is you're only going to pay $90 and you're going to get it on both iOS and Android. Okay. You're not going to get that community unless you pay $200 a month. Out of the two, Kajabi and LearnWorlds, Kajabi is the less expensive option. Now, as you grow with Kajabi, you can start with a 30-day free trial, linked right below this video. Then you can pay for the Kickstarter or basic package, start making some money, and then invest in having your own branded app. 5 years ago, we actually looked at creating our own learning management system. Okay. It was going to be anywhere from 20 grand to $250,000 just for an MVP and no maintenance. Okay. And that was just a web app. Now you can just pay a couple $100 a month and you have your own web app with Kajabi. You can do the same thing with LearnWorlds. So let's go to LearnWorlds. Let's go to mobile app, and similar setup here, okay? So the mobile app for LearnWorlds, let's edit the app here. Make changes to how you want it to look. I want to see how much it is. Here we go. Design, analytics, launch. Here we go, launch. So once you create design and everything, you launch it, you're going to pay a little more. You're going to pay $250 a month to have both stores. If you want to save a little money, you can put it on one store, but you may as well do both. I mean, you're going to save $50 a month, right? If we go to monthly, you're going to save about $40. But basically, if having an app is important to you, you can get it with Kajabi and LearnWorlds. You don't have to go create your own. They're actually going to handhold you through the process of getting it approved to be on the app stores. And then you just do all your design and everything within Kajabi and within your LearnWorlds software, which is pretty cool. Now, Kajabi also has an app, the Kajabi app, where you can log in and all your courses are there from all your Kajabi creators that you purchase courses from. So our learners actually use just the regular Kajabi app. It's not branded with our brand. It's literally branded Kajabi, but that is an option. And that brings us to TalentLMS and TalentCards. They also both have apps They're not going to be customized, white-labeled apps, but your learners can access the apps on their phone. Let's look at what the app looks like. Here's what the TalentCards app looks like. Pretty simple. All the courses are here. You click in, you go into, yeah, so this is like the sequence. So we have those 3 courses, they're right here. And see how you can't access the other 2 because you need to finish this one first. And here it is. We go through, and that video is going to pop up here. Boom, play the video. So all 4 systems have apps. Since you're selling courses with Kajabi and LearnWorlds, they have custom apps. You're going to pay extra for them. And like I said, you should really just grow to that point. Make enough money to justify having your own app. Okay. Now we're going to go to payment processing. Settings. Here, if you want to integrate Kajabi with other softwares, you can go here. Mobile app settings are here. But I want to go into payment integration. So here we go. For payment processing, you can use Kajabi payments. That's what we're currently using. And you can take all of these different things with Kajabi payments. Pretty cool. So Apple Pay, Google Pay, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, Amex, and then we have these payment options where Afterpay and Klarna can give your learner a loan and they pay interest and you get paid by Afterpay and then they collect the interest from your learner. That's how they get paid. So we use Kajabi payments. At least that's what we are testing right now. Now the other option is, so if we go into one of these offers, okay, and I go into pricing, we can also use Stripe. Okay, we have Stripe set up because Kajabi payments is a newer feature. We could technically just use Stripe if we wanted. Okay, you can also set up PayPal. We recommend Stripe. It integrates really easily, and when you log into your Stripe account, it gives you a lot of amazing analytics and data. We're testing out Kajabi payments right now. It makes it easier for people to purchase mobily because they can just literally just Apple Pay or Google Pay. It gives us this option for Afterpay. We're just testing it out. There isn't as much data within Kajabi payments as there is within the Stripe portal of your Stripe payments. But the cool thing is either one of these that you use, you're going to get data within Kajabi. Okay? So you are going to have data that's in Kajabi, so you don't have to go to Stripe, even if you use Stripe. And as you can see, here's what the checkout pages look like. Here's the checkout page. And these are the options: card, Google Pay, Afterpay. If you have this opened up on your iPhone, it's going to show Apple Pay as well. Now let's look at LearnWorlds. So we're going to go Settings, we're going to go to Financial, and choose our currency. We go to Payment Gateway. Now LearnWorlds uses something called Sandbox when you're on the free version, where you can't actually process any credit cards, but you can test transactions. Okay. Once you start paying for LearnWorlds, so after that 30-day free trial that we offer you, you're going to need to integrate one of these. Okay. Yet again, we recommend using Stripe. It is the best payment option for data collection. It also integrates really easily with LearnWorlds. So you can also integrate PayPal or Shopify, or I don't know what this is, to be honest. But Stripe, PayPal, and Shopify are all great options. Stripe is definitely our go-to. TalentLMS. Technically, there is a way to add payment integration, technically. Remember, you can buy courses within TalentLMS. Now, let me see how we do this. I'm actually going to go to the legacy UI here. So this is what TalentLMS will look like if you don't have TalentLMS plus beta. Clear that. Okay. So if I go to account and settings here, now we got e-commerce. Okay, so here is where you would integrate PayPal or Stripe. I don't know how to find this on the TalentLMS plus beta. Okay. But you can integrate Stripe or PayPal. Same thing, if you're really going to do it, use Stripe, integrate it here. But really, please don't use TalentLMS to sell courses. Like internal LMS, external LMS. Gave you two amazing external LMS options, LearnWorlds and Kajabi. TalentLMS is internal. Okay. With TalentCards, there isn't even an option. Okay. Let me double check because stuff changes, just how it is in software. But no. You could probably do something with Zapier, but yet again, just sell courses with Kajabi and LearnWorlds. Now let's look at gamification. We are almost there, friend. Thank you for hanging with us. Okay, so Kajabi is probably the worst of the four with gamification. With that being said, there is the possibility of you either using a new Kajabi template that now exists for your courses. We're going to use it for LMS Advanced Bootcamp here. Go to customize. Then we're going to go to install template. And there's this Gamify Lite template. Okay? You could use this. Now remember, gamification is basically just gamifying the learning experience for your learner. So your learner purchases the course. Now here's the thing, if people are purchasing courses for you, they're looking for the end result that your course gives them, a much more than a gamified course. That's why TalentCards and TalentLMS have much better gamification than LearnWorlds and Kajabi. They have a little bit. They're, throwing you a bone. Like, hey, we have this one template. If you want to buy a template from a developer, a Kajabi developer, you can do that. There's the possibility, really, if you're selling courses, you're not selling gamification, you're selling the result of the course. For internal employee engagement, employees get competitive, right? You can get more engagement by having a leaderboard, by giving different point values for completing different courses, for completing different tasks within your system. That's where TalentCards and TalentLMS come into play. But here we go, let's look at this. So here is gamification within Kajabi. Okay, we have this badge area. Okay, here's all different badges. Okay, Kajabi gamification. Upgrade this template to Pro for extra gamification features. Certificates, Easter egg options, etc. Okay, so you're just gonna have to mess with this template. Okay, the point is, Kajabi isn't meant to gamify your courses. It's meant to get results for your learners, your customers that are purchasing the courses. Gamification doesn't equal results. Okay, they're already purchasing your course. They're purchasing it. Now you got to teach them, serve them the results. You can mess around with templates, but your primary focus if you're selling courses isn't to gamify it. It's to give them that result. Okay. Now we go to LearnWorlds. LearnWorlds, gamification. What do we got? Well, LearnWorlds doesn't have much gamification either. The only difference between LearnWorlds and Kajabi is we can technically, if we use this interactive video activity, we're going to gamify the video watching experience. So that's really it. There's probably some LearnWorlds developers out there that have developed templates or site flavors that you can purchase and gamify it if you want. But yet again, if you're building courses to sell, just deliver the result. Just get results for your customers. Don't worry about gamifying it. Now, when we're looking at our employees, our learners, and I'm actually going to go back to TalentLMS plus beta. Try it now. Gamifying is actually useful. What you can do is you can gamify your courses so that the more points that your employees get by finishing different courses, the more points that they get, maybe they get a raise. Maybe they get a bonus. So that's how we like to use gamification is, yes, we have the platform. It's going to give us points for different learning activities. We're going to give different badges for different milestones they've completed. We are even going to give them different levels, but we're also going to give them rewards in the real world. We're going to reward them. You can reward them in the digital world too, but like give people a monetary bonus. This is the best way to use gamification. And you could do it on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, a quarterly basis, a yearly basis. You can do it within the whole company, or you can use branches and do it within a department. You can do it within a location. That's how you want to use TalentLMS's gamification. Same thing with TalentCards. So we go to TalentCards. We'll go to System Settings. We'll go to Gamification. And it's the same thing. We can give points per card, points for completing card sets, points for being among the first to complete card sets, complete sequences, passing quizzes. We give bonus points for different scores, etc. The only way gamification works is if you make it worthwhile in the real world. Otherwise, no one's going to care. They'll be like, oh, great, I have the most points, right? So if we look at the app here in TalentCards, it will actually show you, oh, here's the leaderboard, right? Oh, yeah, okay, well, Johnny's on top of the leaderboard again, seasonally, all time, and John Doe, he just sucks, right? Like, no one cares. But if you're like, hey, whoever at the top of the leaderboard every season, you're going to get a $500 bonus. You're going to get a free trip somewhere. Now I care. Now I'm like, I'm in there, and I can see how far behind I am in the leaderboard. And now you're going to get a lot more engagement on your courses. That's the best way to use gamification. And TalentCards and TalentLMS are both set up to do that for you in your internal training. Don't worry about gamifying your courses that you're selling. Just provide value, get them the end result, your customers that end result. So with Kajabi and LearnWorlds, don't worry about it. It should not be your primary focus. You made it, team. Let's talk about analytics. This is our last piece. So for analytics, for the externally facing learning management systems, there's really two analytical pieces that we care about. Okay? We care about what our marketing analytics are, which are opt-ins, how many people are joining our list every day, every week, every month, every year. There's revenue, so how many people are purchasing. Okay. There's page views, so how many people are hitting our website. This is all marketing data, okay? So that's one side of this, is the marketing data. You want marketing data, marketing analytics. The other side is you're going to want to look at product analytics, course analytics, completion, okay? So how important is it for your customers to finish your course? It's not important. It's important that they get a result from your course, but they could purchase your course for one of the 30 reasons that people could purchase your course. And once they get that result, they may not have to take anymore. So if you look at Mario here, I can look up product progress for particular students. You can also look at all of it, like all your products, just all your students related to a product, their progress. But look, he's finished the whole thing, and he's gotten amazing results, okay? So that's awesome. Now, if I look at Jonathan, let's go to Jonathan here. Here we go. Go to open profile. Go to products. He only completed 39%. We've gotten the best testimonials from him because he's completed what he needed. That is the most important part when we're selling courses, is we want to know where people are focusing. Now, for some reason right now, the data for everyone in our course isn't showing up, so it is what it is. But this is where you would go. So you can go literally to product, okay? Course, let's go to a different course. Maybe that'll work. So I go to Assemble a Superhero Team. And then I go to Customers. Yeah, for some reason, Kajabi's being weird, it's not showing data, but this would show like a screenshot. But it basically shows completion bars next to all your students to show you kind of how much everyone's completing. So that's Kajabi. Now let's go to LearnWorlds. Since LearnWorlds is also an externally facing learning management system, we want to know our marketing analytics, and we want to know our analytics on our students. So here it is. We go to reports, and we can look at user progress, show progress of all the courses. We can look at engagement, all these different things, okay? This is all internal. Now, we got sales reports. This is going to show all of that sales data, marketing data. So when you're selling courses, you have your sales and marketing data, you have your course completion data, your course engagement data, what your students are actually taking in your course. When you are training your employees and your team members, it's just completion data, okay? So same thing, go to reports here. We have this snapshot of like our users, how many times they've logged in, assigned courses, all these things. User reports, we can do branch reports for each department, each location, course reports for each course, group reports for groups. You can group courses, you can basically take courses and put them in groups. And user reports, you can get just data on specific users. There's a training matrix, etc. Okay. TalentCards, similar thing. We go to analytics and we have infographic. Infographic going to give us like this cool thing of like, hey, this is a graphic of all your analytics. Okay. Now, when we go to our analytics, similar to TalentLMS, it's going to tell us all these different things. Okay. We can also get our user-specific data. You go to users, you click on the user, show user report. So, really simple. But for TalentCards and TalentLMS, all we are looking at is how our users, how our learners, how our team members are interacting with our courses and our system. Now looking at sales data, I mean, we can look at gamification. Why gamification is important too, because you can see who's actually taking this seriously. Now, we have free trials available for all 4 of these LMSs: Kajabi, LearnWorlds, TalentLMS, and TalentCards. What I recommend you do next is, depending on if you're looking for an internal or an external learning management system, if you're selling courses and you don't have SCORM, then go demo Kajabi, check it out, use our link, you're going to get a 30-day free trial, and then you can, at the end of that, if you like it, which you should, it is amazing. You run your entire business with one software. Then you can start with one of those lower level packages and then just grow as you grow. And then eventually you can pay for an annual package and save 20%. Okay. Do the same thing with LearnWorlds. If you have SCORM courses, definitely use LearnWorlds. If you really want to compare both, do it. We have 30-day free trials of both. Compare them, see which one you like better. Now, if you are building training for your employees, TalentLMS and TalentCards are available for you, and limited free trials, links below this video as well. And then same thing, do the free trial, test. You can actually test your courses with 5 users and then upgrade to that next package. And then eventually you can pay for an annual, save 20%. If you have employees that are usually training on their phone and they're all over the place and you need really simplistic training, TalentCards is the route for you. We have over 100 customers on TalentCards right now. We also have over 100 customers on TalentLMS. Okay, so it is very important that you figure out which one serves your learners the best. They're both great. Okay, if you need a more customizable LMS with SCORM reporting, SCORM data, you are building SCORM courses, you need just branches so you have different locations, all this stuff, TalentLMS may be the better choice. Okay. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions about any of these systems. Or maybe you're like, hey, what about this system? Put in the comments. We will see you in the next video.